Aloha, Legacy family, and welcome once again to Witness in a Minute, where the goal is to provide you the tools and encouragement to carry out the Great Commission. Christians have no grounds whatsoever for boasting. There is nothing to boast about. We didn't become Christians because we were born into a Christian family, were moral people, or did a good number of deeds. Therefore, we have absolutely nothing we can take credit for. And if we find ourselves bragging about anything that we have done to obtain our salvation, either we're not saved or we really don't understand what it means for God to forgive us. In Ephesians 2:8-9, the Apostle Paul makes a bedrock statement about the Christian faith. God saved you by His grace when you believed, and you can't take credit for this. It is a gift from God. Salvation is not a reward for the good things we have done, so none of us can boast about it. This is a foundational Christian doctrine, yet it's surprising how many people don't grasp the simple yet profound truth that we are Christians entirely and solely because of the grace of God. Earlier in Ephesians, Paul spoke of God's mercy. Here he speaks of God's grace. God has dealt with us in grace, which is getting what we don't deserve. His forgiveness, His pardon, His adoption into His family. Someone has accurately defined grace as God's unmerited favor. This grace came in spite of what we did or who we were. Grace is getting what we don't deserve, mercy is not getting what we do deserve, and justice is getting what we deserve. I've come to notice that most people think that they're going to heaven because they believe they're a good person. But nothing could be further from the truth. As in God's word, it says in Romans 6:23, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." If we don't realize that, then we don't know how dark our state was, how miserable of a condition we were in, and how far we were separated from God and in need of His grace. Some Christians, when they give their testimony, they make their lives sound before Christ so juicy and interesting that they make the present seem dull. That is not a good testimony, people. If you are honest about what you were before you became a Christian, you must talk about the spiritual state you were in, how you were separated from God and in rebellion against Him. A good testimony will glorify the past. No, it will always glorify Jesus and what He has done for us. Every Christian has a testimony because the power of God has gloriously transformed every person who has put his or her faith in Jesus Christ. It is important to realize that salvation does not come from anything that we've done. So let's not boast about what we've done or what we gave up to follow Jesus. Now, granted, we may have given up some things, but they're nothing compared to what God gave us in their place. So come on, Legacy family, let's get some grace on and share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And may God bless your next adventure as you witness in a minute. Aloha.